Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Philip the Pilot here. Thank you for watching these videos. Today's topic is child support. It's a follow-up to my last video about the divorce. What I tell you today is my story. It's what I lived through. It's my experience. I live in California. Thus, it will be based on the family law here in the state. It may not be the same thing in the state where you currently reside. I'm sharing this story because I believe it's necessary for my fellow pilots, current and aspiring, to be aware of what it's like to be a divorced pilot having to deal with the family law. The first thing I will tell you is the law does not care about you. It doesn't care how you live. It doesn't care about your work. It cares nothing about your well-being. For example, I was living in a motel and my clothes were in my car. And I believe I was transitioning to renting a house. I was always one paycheck away from having to sleep in my car. The custodial parent, my ex, went to the court and told them that I was transitioning to getting a house. My living situation wasn't that great. And the commissioner said to me, I need to adjust my living standards. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, adjust it to what? I'm almost living on the street or living in my car, and you're telling me I need to adjust my living standards just so you can give this person more money. The second thing you need to know is how child support is calculated. In the divorce decree, most of us agreed to 50-50 custody. When it comes to the determination of child support, that doesn't matter. What matters is the actual amount of time you spend with the child or the children. The court will give you a paper. On that form, it will ask you to fill out and detail exactly how often you spend with the child or children. It will ask you for every single day for 30 days straight. Because pilots work an average of 15 days in a month, either 4 days on, 3 days off, or vice versa, or 7 days on, 7 days off, or 15 days on, or 10 days on, whatever. It is difficult for us to get a percentage greater than 30% when we fill this form out. The court will then take whatever percentage that 30 days add up to, put it in their system along with your income. You will have to submit 2 current pay stubs to the court to let them know how much you are being paid. Once you do that, they will determine, based solely on the actual time you spend with the child or children and your income, how much you will have to pay in child support. This sucks because the court does not understand the scheduled nature of being a pilot. It treats us as if we are working a 9-to-5 job. In my case, I was ordered to pay $2,400 a month. My annual salary was $24,000 before taxes. When child support garnish your pay, they take it off of your gross income. But when you pay taxes, you pay it on your gross income. The result is you're paying taxes on money you don't have, and the custodial parent gets the child support tax-free. because you're already paying taxes for it. The result was my monthly check was between $1,400 and $1,600 a month after they take off the child support. It is painful. I can testify to that, having to work all month and not seeing the reward for what you're doing. You also need to be aware of the impact having arrears or owing back child support have on your ability to work as a pilot. My personal story is this. They had ordered me to pay $2,400 a month. I obviously couldn't afford that. The result was a built-up arrears, meaning I owed back child support. They also charge you interest on that owed back child support. In California, when you pass a certain threshold, when you owe so much money, the first thing they do is cancel your driver's license. Whether this is a state law or not, I am not sure, but you are also ineligible to have your passport. And this became a problem for me. My passport expired, and I think I had about $6,000 or $8,000 in child support arrears. I could not get a new passport until I paid it all off. So 1 month I paid the $8,000 that I owed off, and by then the child support had dropped to $1,800 a month. So for that 1 month I paid $8,000 plus the $1,800 for the regular child support. For that month, I paid $9,800, let's just call it $10,000, almost $10,000 in child support before I was allowed to get my passport. And as a pilot, you need 4 things to be able to work. You need your medical, you need your passport, you need your pilot license, and you need your driver's license. The driver's license, not so much, but it comes in handy when you're on the road and you have a rental car. It was confusing to me because the things I needed to make the money to pay what I was ordered to pay, they were taken away from me. I explained this to the court, but the court didn't care. They just knew that this was the law and they were following it, and there was nothing they can do about it. At this point, you're probably wondering, why don't you get a lawyer? I did get a lawyer once. He lasted for 3 days, fired him because it's a waste of time. What I wanted him to do, I did for myself in 6 hours. At the courthouse, you will have legal help. It's free. You can use it and they will help you fill out whatever paperwork you need to get done. Lawyers are ineffective in determining child support cases because the judges and the commissioner only concern themselves with the law. They don't care about your situation. They don't care if you can make the money or not. All they care about is the law says this is what I'm going to do. And you're probably asking, well, how do you know that? Because I challenged the law. I said to a commissioner that this makes no sense. He said, if you have a problem with the law, take it up with the people in Sacramento. Yeah. If you want to get a lawyer to go through the process, it's your choice. But I don't tell you right now, it is a waste of time. The other option you have is if you and the custodial parent can come to some sort of agreement where child support is concerned. And even when you do, the court still have to sign off on it. I don't know if it's the same in every state, but in California, if the custodial parent, and that is the parent who has custody of the kids, want to go to court every day of the week to get more money from you, they can do that. They can go every day whenever they want to get money from you. In California also, I have to pay for half of everything, and I also have to provide health insurance. I pay, if they go to the doctor, I have to pay half the deductible. If they need to go on a school trip, I need to pay half of it. If they need after school care, I have to pay half of it. If they need dental care, I have to pay half. The natural question is, what if you're paying half of everything? Where is the child support going to? I don't know. Explain this to the court, and the court didn't care. Some of you watching this may say, well, it goes to buy food and it goes to pay rent. Well, I didn't tell you to get a divorce, one. And second, this was your choice. In essence, I end up paying for everything. There are some fathers out there and some moms who are delinquent in their responsibility to their children. I'm not one of those, but I was treated, and you will be treated, and you will be made to feel as if you are a delinquent person, a bad dad or a bad mom. It's just the way the system works, which is most unfortunate. The flaw in child support is this: it does not concern itself with the future of the child or the children. It only cares about the first 18 years. After that, the child or children is on his or her own. It is a flaw in my eyes, because if the child decides that they want to go to college, the non-custodial parent, in this case me, who don't have the kids, who had to pay all this money in child support, is not in a financial position to be able to do that. To date, I've calculated I've paid over or close to $100,000 in child support. It places me at a great disadvantage in that I will never, or I will not be in a position to help my kids pay for their first home. I will not be in a position to help them pay for a wedding, and I would have 3 of them to pay for. I have 3 lovely girls. I am not in a financial position to buy myself a home. I'm 48 and I still can't afford to buy a home. The financial drain on the person who is ordered to pay this enormous amount of money is draining, and the court doesn't care about that. The court doesn't consider the future implications of its draconian means to deal with a present situation. And the custodial parent, in this case my kid's mom, don't really need to get a lawyer, because the child support office ends up arguing in support of more child support. In they end up arguing for more money. In California, the other thing is there is a basic income level. Given my degrees and me being a pilot, the state of California has this program where they would say, well, you should be able to make, sorry, there's a fly all over the place. You should be able to make so much money given your qualifications. And given their lack of understanding of the aviation sector and their inability to treat us like we are not 9 to 5 work, they assign a basic income level. And I know this because I experienced this. At one point, I wasn't able to find a job because this was after 2008, and those of you who are familiar with it now know it's referred to as the Great Recession, and it was an awful time to be a pilot then. It was hard to find jobs, really, really hard. And I wasn't able to find a job. So the child support lawyer went to court and argued how I was being mean and intentionally not finding a job. The commissioner believed him instead of believing me. He ordered me to pay, I think it was $1,400 a month in child support because that was the basic minimum I should be able to pay based on what the state of California say my earning potential was given my qualifications. Again, they don't care. They genuinely don't care. I believe that's it for this one. I hope you guys find it helpful. I hope you guys find it informative. And if you have any questions or suggestions on anything you would like me to make a video on concerning piloting, please let me know and I will respond to you. Until next time, be good. One more thing. If you have a joint account, the child support office or the child support authority in your state will find it, they will freeze it and remove money from it. It happened to us here in California. My name was on my fiance's account in the event of an emergency. The child support authority thought that that account belongs to me. They froze it, reached into the account, and removed her money from it. I tried to explain to them that it wasn't my account and they needed to return the funds. They didn't believe me. What they said was I needed to prove that the funds weren't mine. Well, it's difficult to prove that something isn't yours when your name is part of it. And how do I go about proving that?